Summer's here, and I'm for that. Hi, I'm Dayna, and this is Dayna's Music Notes.
So I don't know about you, but summer is my favorite time of year. The days are just slower and, they call it the lazy days of summer. You've got your picnics and your barbecues. We have the family over a lot more, get to see my kids a lot more. And just all the outdoor activities are great. And then the grandkids are out of school, so of course they're happy. And then last of all is our pool. The pool temperature is perfect, and the grandkids just love to come over all the time, so it's a win-win for me and my husband.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a nice summer. Summer is usually my favorite time of year, and this one's a little bit sad just because of everything that's going on in our country. But music is a great outlet for expressing emotions, and even for just, if you want to escape. So you're at the right place, learning music. But I also want to let you know that if this is your first time here, you may want to go back and watch some of my other lessons, because I kind of build, in lesson 1, we start at the very beginning and learn C scale. Lesson 2, we learn a new scale, and so on. And then if you are interested in learning some different songs, and I believe it's lesson 3, I teach you how to play Say Something. And in lesson 4, I teach you how to play What About Us. Today's lesson, we're going to learn how to play Lean on Me. So we'll do a little bit of review first and then get to that. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we'll review our scales and chords, your C scale. And then I would encourage you also to play, we're not ready to do the left hand C scale yet, but when you play your C chord, I would encourage you to do it with your left hand also. And then our G has the 1 F sharp, G chord. Then move down to D, 2 sharps. D chord, sharp in the middle. Then our A with your A chord. And then our last one was the E. 4 sharps and your chord. And then next you can try your inversions. So your C. And again, I would encourage you to do this with your left hand also. And then with G. D's a little harder. Now the sharps on the bottom, sharps on top, back to root. And now with your right hand, you can add in your A chord inversions. And then if you want to try the E, once you get it down with the sharp in the middle, you can pretty much do them all. It's that same pattern. And then the last thing to practice during your warm-ups would be your chord progressions. So our C. And then remember, you can go to G chord or G7. And again, try that with your left hand. And then our G chord progression. F sharp on the bottom. Or do the C and D on top. So let's do a quick review of your C position notes. So remember, here's all the notes written out on the staff, and I've circled the C position notes for your left hand and for your right hand. So the left hand, C, D, E, F, G. Right hand, C, D, E, F, G. And then also there's your chord, C, E, G for the left hand, C, E, G for the right hand. And then also let's look at our chord progression. So when you're in the key of C, your 3 chords are the C, the F, and the G. And now that we've reviewed that, I have a great song that I want to teach y'all. So I'll meet you over at the piano. Okay, so quick review. We have our middle C. It always has the line through it. D sits right below the line. Then you've got your E on the bottom line. Uh-oh, they're mixed up. F is in the first space. Remember, F-A-C-E. And then last of all, we have our G line that goes right between the little curly Q. So I thought it would be fun to teach you how to play this song, Lean on Me. Most people have heard it. And if you notice, it is in the key of C. And it's got your chord progressions here, the C and the F. You also have a G7 here that we talked about, but in this song, you're only going to be playing the C and the F. And so let's go ahead and try it. So right here, we start with our middle C. C, D, E, F. F, E, D, C. These play together, the C and the E. Step down to the B and the D. And then for the counting, remember I told you in another lesson that this just means to keep holding. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep holding 2, 3, 4. Keep holding. Okay, let's move on to the next section. So this next section, middle C again, it starts out just like it did up here. Okay, and then the top of the next page. One little difference here. Okay, so see your middle C line. So this is the B right below middle C. Just move your thumb over. And then middle C will be played by finger 2. So here we go. And now a quick review of the left hand note. So remember your all cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. So that's your C. The middle line is your D. All cows eat, we have our E, your F line, and your G. And then to make our chord, you're going to play the C, E, and G together. So there's our chord in the left hand, C, E, G. And then right here, it's going to change to it. We'll look at it here. You can see it a little easier. Changes to an F chord, C, F, A. And in this song, we're only going to be using the C and the F and not the G. Okay, when you're putting both hands together, let's look at this section right here. Your right hand is playing C, D, E. Your left hand is playing E, F, G. So if you start out on the right notes, finger 1 of your right hand, finger 3 of your left hand, and just step them both up together. And then that's what we would call harmony. Okay, so here we go with the left hand, the C chord. And then it changes to your F chord. And then that next little section, the little harmony part, you have finger 3 on the E, and you just step right up, E, F, G. So your G plays again, and then you're going to move your pinky down to this G. So from here, you just skip 2 white keys. You'll be on your G, and you'll go G, G, A, C. Right back to a C chord again, F chord. And over on the next page, there's your second and your third. And that just means a second are the 2 keys right together, and a third is skipping a key. That's what that means. Okay, so from the beginning, so try to follow along with me. We're going to start right here, middle C and your C chord. Change to F chord. Back to C chord. of the next page. Okay, so that's a nice place to stop and for you to practice that over and over until you're ready for the next section. So now let's look at the next section. This is a high E. So if you find your middle C, go up an octave to the next C, and then from that C, hit that E. So you're just going to go E, D, C. There's your C chord. E, E, D, C. Change to F chord. This is an A with finger 1, finger 4 on the C. There's your C chord. And this is actually exactly what you did earlier, but from the higher C. So your right hand is on the C, left hand is on the E. And you do the harmony again. There's the same little thing you did earlier. High C with a C chord, E. Change to F chord. Back to C chord. Here's your E. E, D, C, C. See, I was just stepping down. B, and we're going to do B with the F and G. That was C with a C and an E. Keep holding that pedal down. We talked about a pedal mark, and then just ends with your low C. And then I just realized in that last clip that I cut the whole bottom of that page off. So there it is right there. And now I'm going to play this whole song on the piano for y'all to see the keys as I'm playing it. Okay, here's the whole song. Okay, now we're ready to look at some G position notes. And again, I've just written out all these notes on the staff here. And before we look at the G position notes, I just wanted to remind you of what I told you about the stem. So if we want to make all of these quarter notes, some are going to be up stems and some are down stems. And the rule is if it's on or above the middle line, it gets a down stem. So let's go ahead and do that. So remember, this is our middle C. We have D, E, F, G. Remember your G line. A. Okay, here's our middle line. So our B is going to get a down stem. Our C, our high C above middle C, and then all the rest of these will get down stems. And then let's do the same thing in our bass clef. So this lowest line is a G, and it's a really low G. It's, if you look at your middle C here, let's actually go backwards. Okay, so this is the D above middle C. There's middle C, B, A. So this is the G right below middle C, and then this is the G an octave even lower. Okay, so all of these are going to get down stems, and then once we get to your C, all of these have up stems. Okay, so our middle C position notes were, or just C position notes were the C, D, E, F, G. But now we want to do the G position notes, which start at G and go G, A, B, C, D. And so just like I've shown you on the piano, if you're in C position, your pinky is on that G. So for G position, you just move your thumb up to that G. And then for G position notes, there's two different ways you can play G position. You can play it as a really high one up here, G, A, B, C, D. That's your high G position, or a lower. So if you like just a lower, deeper sound, you would do these G position notes. G, A, B, C, D. And again, there's our C position note, C, D, E, F, G. And then we're going to head over to the piano and look at them over there. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the G position notes. Here's C. So if you move up here, these are the 5 notes we're looking at. G, A, B, C, D. Okay, so here they are. So you've got your G, G line, F, A, your A. There's your B, F, A, B, F, A, C, and then your D. And I apologize. I hear my voice. It's very nasally today. I love summer, but my allergies are awful in the summer. So I apologize for the voice. But okay, so let's try, just like we did earlier, we're going to put these 3 together. So this would be your G, B, D. D, G, B. Okay, let's add our 2 space notes back in. Try that out. Okay, so that would be D, A, G, C, B. There's a really bad glare on here. I apologize for that too. I'm just kind of not with it today, but we're gonna work it out. All right, so let's try one more combination and then we'll look at the bass clef notes. Okay, let's try it like this. All right, that would be C, D, A, B, G. Okay, now we're looking at the low G position note. So let me show you on the piano where that is. All right, so when you were in C position, you were right here, excuse me, and what you're going to do for this is just move your pinky down to where it's on this low G. So these 2 notes you actually know from C position. Okay, so look up here. There they are. There's your C and your D. So if we go lower, that low G is that G. Step up 1 note. All cows eat grass. There's your B. All cows, your C, and last of all, your D. Okay, so let's try mixing these up a little bit. Okay, let's try that. So we're starting with, if you're in C position, there's your A, step down 1 to the G, C, B, and D. All right, one more combination, and then we're going to go try a worksheet that will also help with learning these notes. Okay, let's try this one. G, C, A, D, B. Okay, now we're going to try a little worksheet page here with your treble clef notes. So if you want to just look at this and pause it and try to figure these out on your own, feel free to do that. And right now I'm going to go ahead and write them in for you. And so remember, we have our tools we can use. So for this note, if you go F, A, C, what comes between an A and a C? A B. There's your F. What's right below an F? An E. This one is also an E, it's just the higher E. F, A, C, E. We have a B and a C. Okay, let's go to the next line. We have another F. Okay, so this, remember, go F, A, C, E. So that's a D. Now, this is not the D right above middle C. It's the higher D, because your D right below middle C would be right here. We have a C here, B, E. There's your lower D that I was talking about. Okay, let's go to the next line. Hope this is helping. And just the more you practice with these notes, you'll get to where you can just look at them and know what they are. So we have an F, we have a D, E, there's the E an octave below it, C. If you step down 1 note from C, you're on the B, A. So see how it's just stepping right down, so you have to think backwards for those. Okay, our next line, we have a D, E, F. We have an A, B, F, E. There's our middle C. And then the last line for the treble clef right here. So we have a C, an A, G, F, A, C, E. What comes right before an E? That's that high D. That's the high C. That's the E right above middle C. And the last one is your A. Okay, let's do the same thing now for your bass clef notes. So remember your bass clef, you use all cows eat grass. And if you can remember that, you can figure out any note at all. So our first one is a G because all cows eat grass. Our next one is an E, all cows eat. Okay, so this one, if you can just remember that that's a low G line. But if you can't remember that, then go all cows eat grass, and then piano, what's right before an A? A G, because it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts back over A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, so if this space is a G, then what would this be? An A, and it's a high A. It's just the one right below middle C. So middle C would be up here, B, A. There's our F line. There's our high G. Okay, so the next one, all cows, what comes after a C? There's your C. There's our low G again, the G line, A. So remember your F line, all cows eat. There you go. Okay, let's move down. So we have an E, A. There's our low G line. There's our F line. There we go. Okay, this one, there's our low G. So remember, when it's way up here, you can go all cows eat grass. What comes right after a G, an A? And so remember, these are two different Gs. They're an octave away from each other. And it's easy when it just steps right up the road, D, E, F. And last line. There we go. Hope that helps. Okay, so we learned to play Mary Had a Little Lamb in C position. So now let's move it all up to G position. And actually, this is called transposing. Transposing from one key into another. And if you could play it in C position, you can play it in G position also. Same exact fingering. The only difference is when you change to this chord, it's going to have an F sharp because we're in the key of G. Now, I'll let you hear the difference when we're in the low G. About you, I kind of prefer that one up here. There's other songs I like, you know, like that, but that one I think actually sounded better here. And you can try it both ways. So the song I'm playing for y'all today is called Summer's Here by James Taylor, one of my favorite singers and composers. And okay, so check out over here. Notice the 5 sharps. We haven't learned that one yet, but this is in the key of B. Super hard song to play in. So again, I apologize ahead of time for mistakes I'm going to make. But if you haven't heard the song before, you got to look it up and listen to it. It's great. It's perfect for summer. Summer's here. I'm for that. I got my rubber sandals, got my straw hat. It's my favorite time of the year, and I'm glad that it's here. concludes lesson 7. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. And I don't know if you noticed earlier, but these candles were a little lopsided. That was bugging me too. So they're fixed now. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you again for watching. And if you liked this video, be sure and click that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure and subscribe. And then last of all, if you want to get notifications every time I upload a new video, I think you know what to do. Hit that bell. Now I'm going to get back outside because it's always freezing in my house. So bye.